Welcome to Divine Femme TV. My name is Sarah Rose. The message that's coming through today is very specific for a very specific wave of the Divine Feminine Collective that resonates with being a light worker or a star seed. You've been a healer, a light worker, a teacher of some sort, most likely for decades, helping others, teaching others. It could be in any different area. It could be as a literal teacher, or it could be, as a yoga instructor. It could be someone that's been writing a blog forever. Like, whatever the case may be for you, you've been contributing your heart, soul, and ancient wisdom that comes through your channel for well over 10 or 15 years consciously. Prior to that, you've always known in your heart that you have a big mission. There's something very important for you to do in this lifetime, in this incarnation. So if this is resonating with you, this message is for you. You are a leader. You know this. You are one of the waves of volunteers that came here to help shift humanity into new earth. And the message that I'm going to share with you is very important right now. You've known that you've been kind of preparing for this moment for a long time. Intuitively, this is an intuitive knowing. Many of you are channels, and you're wide open, clear channels. So you've been receiving downloads for a long time and upgrades for a long time, and sharing your message and your medicine and your sacred gift in whatever way you've been called. But everything is kind of coming to a tipping point right now in the collective. New earth is here. So everything that you've been preparing for such a long time, the moment is now. It is here now. And there is a split happening in the collective that you can see and feel. So the image that's coming to mind is kind of like, it's like you're boarding a bus, and the bus has one stop, and that is New Earth. And right now there is a split in humanity where there are souls who have incarnated in this lifetime who have no calling within to ascend in this lifetime into New Earth. Their soul is saying, I'm going to come, I'm going to hang out in the density and really get into the muck of it all. Like, that's part of what their soul came here to experience. They're not on the ascension timeline. Then there are souls who have known for a long time that you're on the ascension timeline, and the bus is boarding for New Earth. And this isn't to say that you're going to get left behind or anything like that. This is just an image that's coming to mind. It's like all of the New Earth light bringers, way showers, trailblazers are boarding the bus, and the bus has one stop. It's New Earth. And so you're going to see a split within the collective of people that are going to be rooted in fear-based consciousness, really, entangled in the matrix, really run by fear, lack, scarcity mindset, and fear-based consciousness, ultimately separation consciousness. And there's going to be a lot of things hitting the fan in their life experience, right? Just like there was a lot of things hitting the fan in your life experience. You had a lot of tower moments. You have had to go inward and really rebirth yourself over and over and over and over again. You've been rocked to your core, where literally, you've had to surrender everything to the divine orchestration. You had to surrender your control. You've had to surrender your will. You've had to give it all to God. You've had to allow what wants to unfold. And meanwhile, you maintain this level of devotion and conviction for your calling and what you came here to do. And so the message is coming through right now is you're going to see this split in humanity. You're going to see people in two different camps, and the split is going to get wider because the frequency is going to continue to rise, and it's going to be right now. You can kind of jump between two worlds. You can be, in new earth frequency and then like snap back into like old earth energies and fear-based consciousness. And so right now you're kind of like in between worlds. There's like one foot in both worlds. It's really easy to like toggle between the two, and you can witness this and you are aware of this, that you're kind of being sucked into fear-based consciousness. Any place that you allow yourself to get hooked, either energetically, emotionally, mentally, in fear, lack, scarcity, or unworthiness of some sort. And then you jump back into a higher timeline of new earth frequencies. So you're able to live in both worlds, so to speak, right now, but that is ending. This is like all aboard, the bus is leaving, there's one stop, it's new earth. There is no room for fear. There is no room for lack. There is no room for scarcity. This is full on living in the present moment as the divine presence and essence that you are, where fear doesn't even have like a hold on you anymore. It's like not even something that can like hook into your field anymore. And you've had to face a lot of your fears in order to even get to this point, right? Like you had to stare them all in the eye. You had to face them. There was no like bypassing any of this purification, right? To know in your heart that God is your supply and that God supports you in all ways, and that even in your darkest moments, you have been guided, you have been loved, you have been supported, you have been blessed, and you are now moving into a whole new timeline shift. And so, moving forward, you're in the years and to come, you're going to see that the split between these two camps, new earth and old world energy, you're going to see the split get wider. You're not going to be toggling anymore. You're going to be all in new earth energy. And this is a byproduct of you fully living in the present moment as the divine essence that you are, not getting trapped in the egoic mind, not getting trapped in narratives and storylines that don't serve you, not getting hooked by old conditioned patterns and belief systems, and moving into the mother effing empress and goddess that you are, and living from this divine essence. There is no room for fear. There is no room for lack. Many of you have been, like I said at the beginning, teachers, healers, light workers, way showers for a long time. You've been leading in your own way for a long time, and you know that you've been preparing for this big moment, this big shift, this collective shift that's occurring now, and you can feel it. So, like, you already know this. I'm just confirming what you already know. And now at this juncture and this crossroads in humanity, this collective shift and the split that's occurring, it is your job to stay anchored in your heart, anchored in your truth, anchored in your authenticity, and to shine your light and to lead by the light of your own example. Your job is not to get caught up in the muck and the denser energies of the 3D reality. You no longer buy into fear. You no longer buy into lack or scarcity. No longer buy into the illusion. You must lead by the light of your own example. That is what's being asked of you now. You must overcome the doubt that creeps into your mind that tells you you need to figure out how to make your way in this world. You're surrendering it all to the divine, surrendering control, surrendering the need to figure it out, surrendering the need to know. Your next step, your job is to be exactly who and what you are, which is the divine presence, the divine love that exists in all things. You're ready for quantum manifestation. You're ready to shift into a whole new timeline, but it's going to require that you know who the F you are and that you are willing to fiercely reject any thought or belief system that is rooted in fear, lack, scarcity, or unworthiness. And as you rise and fully embody this new earth energy, you will be leading by the light of your own example. You will be living your highest timeline connected to your Dharma. You will be living a life of joy and abundance and inner fulfillment. So stay focused, stay diligent, stay disciplined. Do not let the mind hook you. Do not let your awareness stray. Bring your focus back to your breath and live from presence. Stop seeking things outside of yourself. Stop seeking answers. Stop seeking guidance. Stop seeking solutions. Stop trying to fix things. Stop trying to figure everything out. The next steps for you are going to unfold magically. It'll feel like magic, but what it really is you shifting energy and you fully embodying unity consciousness and the love that you are. And then the world has to reflect that back to you. So when you look out onto the world stage and you see all of the chaos and all of the confusion and all of the fear and all of the events and circumstances that are so unfavorable, you're not meant to get hooked and entangled in that mess anymore. Your highest contribution to humanity is you shining your light and living your authentic truth and moving into your highest timeline. This is where you can make the biggest contribution. This is where God can use you as a vessel and a channel. This is where God works magic in your life so that you can make the impact that you came here to make effortlessly, because you're a purified channel for God to work through. You're not clouded anymore by the egoic mind and the fear and the lack and the scarcity that bogs down so many. And God will use you. We are all an instrument for the divine. And it will be more magical than you ever could have planned on your own. So your job is to trust. Your job is to let go. Your job is to not get entangled in the mess, in what's unfolding on the world stage, and understanding that you are a leader and a trailblazer and a bringer of new earth. You're going first. You're paving the way. And there is absolutely no room for fear. So I hope this message finds you well. And until next time, namaste.